clearly people are inspired by not only the victory of an openly socialist campaign for city council, but by the example of how such an electoral office can be used to energize a whole layer of new activists, young people, and use that office as a basis for propelling a new movement forward. And I think, you know, somebody was saying, I think it was Glenn Ford who was saying earlier that maybe there is something unique about Seattle. I am from Seattle. Take it from me. There is nothing, I mean, there are lots of unique things about Seattle. What can I say? It's a beautiful city. But there is nothing unique in the social conditions that have helped people to understand the crisis in the political system, the fact that capitalism will not ever fulfill the needs of the younger generation. There is nothing unique in the opening that we sensed in Seattle, an opening that it is the responsibility of the left to occupy. It is important for us to do this, not only because this opening has presented itself, but because if we don't occupy this vacuum, then it will be taken over by right-wing forces.
Yeah.
You know, when people often say, when they met us on the campaign trail last year, and even now in Seattle, they'll say, I'm so excited that you're doing this. We need third parties. We need, it doesn't matter whether it's a Tea Party or Socialist, we need something. And I always energetically argue against that. I come from India. India has so many political parties that even I, who keeps up with, politics there, can't keep up with the new formations. But there is no point in having newer formations, political formations, if they don't stand up for the interests of the working class.
That's right.
There is no point if the newer formations are simply reincarnations of the status quo parties, and they are not only not useful to us to build the left and to build the confidence of the working class, but they are counterproductive and deeply destructive, because as long as we don't provide a genuine alternative, they will keep sucking up the energy of younger activists. They will keep sweeping and taking in all the desire for social change that exists and dumping it in a complete abyss of disappointment and betrayal, as it has happened year after year. And we cannot let that happen. And the only way we can counter all of that is by putting our alternatives forward, our genuine working class alternatives forward, the alternatives that are not career politicians, but dedicated activists of the working class who have already demonstrated through their work in the labor movement or in the community their deep commitment to building the left, their commitment to the interests of the working class, and their willingness to engage in self-sacrifice to put that movement first and last. And Howie Hawkins, the candidate whose event you're at today, is one such candidate.
That's right.
There is nothing unique about Seattle in the opening for the left. The fact that his campaign has created so much excitement is proof that we need this in New York. And look at what's happened in New York City last year. Bill de Blasio's landslide victory shows that people are really hungry for alternatives.
That's right.
And I was struck, I wasn't in New York at that time, but I was struck by looking at this contrast of two photographs that were published in the same article in the New York Times, where one of the photos had a long line of black working class women, lined up to attend de Blasio's inauguration in the cold. And at the same time, the inauguration ceremony being officiated by the Clintons.
Right. Yeah.
that de Blasio, just like we have predicted about every other Democratic Party candidate, will not deliver on the promises that they have made. And I don't care whether he has good intentions or not. When we were campaigning against Obama, I encountered this question all the time. But don't you think Obama is a nice guy? I don't care. I don't give a damn whether he's a nice guy or not. We are not mind readers, but we are political activists. We don't have to be in the business of reading people's minds, because we know that by virtue of being a prominent representative of the Democratic Party establishment, neither Obama nor de Blasio is capable of delivering on their promises, however good their intentions might be. The party establishment is completely married to big business interests. Obama got the record vote of Latinos, black people, environmental activists, but he also got record financial contributions from the financial sector. The only way we can break this contradiction is by putting ourselves forward as a genuine, credible, and winnable alternative.
Yes.
We have shown this in Seattle. It is possible to win. We ran another campaign in Minneapolis where our candidate Ty Moore, an Occupy Homes activist, came close to winning. We're going to run another candidate, Jess Spear, who's going to speak later. She's going to run against Frank Chop, the Democratic House Speaker we ran against in 2012. And they are trembling in fear right now. And we have to keep them trembling.
Yes.
We cannot let them co-opt this resurgence of the desire to fight back in any way. They are, like they have done in Seattle, they will try to pick up our flag and run with it and said that we did it. We have to keep outwitting them. And in order to do that, we have to have forces that continue to build strong, independent working class movements and independent working class electoral candidates, and a party, or at least at this moment a vision of an independent party has to be part and parcel of this movement. And I really hope that everyone here, but especially those of you who live in New York City, will completely throw yourselves into Howie Hawkins' campaign. No working class victory is possible without hundreds, thousands, tens of thousands of activists dedicating themselves to the cause, spending every free moment on the campaign. The kind of dedication you need is for you to know that I just got out of work, it's 4 o'clock on Friday, I'm going to go to the campaign office, pick up a few posters and put them on telephone poles. You have to do that. You have to know that every hour you spend, every one of you, is going to be critical. Howie is going to do his part. He's already been an energetic advocate of the labor movement. He has proven his credentials. He is going to be working enormously hard, day and night, but he needs your support. He needs you to be there day and night with him, and he needs your financial contributions. He needs your efforts to raise financial resources, because we can't run on empty.
Right.
I hope you will take this message to heart and show people that there is nothing great about Seattle. Oh, what's Seattle? We're going to show what New York City and New York State is all about.
That's right.